Hello there and welcome back to another LEGO video where today not only will we be going over all of the September 1st releases and all other confirmed releases we have within the next month, but also I would like to take the time while I've got your attention to go back and go over all the other new sets from recently that I haven't had the chance to talk about, as there are so many good sets outside of Star Wars that you might not have realised are out. So starting off, I have already done a video on the Advents solely talking about them and the new annuals coming out. So be sure to check that out if you want to see more about all of the annuals. And of course we have the new Star Wars sets, being Ahsoka Tano's T6, the Ghost and Phantom 2, the New Republic E-Wing and Shin Hati Starfighter, and there should also be the Chewbacca statue somewhere on this page, as well as the Coruscant Guard gunship. Now, I have already given my opinion on these sets. It's on the channel, so be sure to go and find that if you are interested. But overall, I don't think I'll be picking up the T6 if I can get the minifigures elsewhere. And the E-Wing versus Starfighter doesn't appeal to me. However, this Ghost and also this Coruscant Guard gunship, I will definitely be buying at some point. Hopefully the gunship I pick up sooner rather than later. However, for both of them, I might try and have the patience to wait for double VIP days or insider points as they are now. And that way I can just make the most of my money, and especially whilst I'm not being paid to review it or nothing, I just can't afford to be spending £150 and £130 on LEGO. So hopefully I'll pick them up soon, but stay tuned for both their reviews because no matter what, I'll be picking them up at some point. We also have the Walt Disney Tribute camera, which looks really cool. It's got this nice piece that goes all the way down the camera. If we take a closer look, you can see that they've actually printed scenes from Disney movies, iconic scenes from iconic movies, onto a bit of plastic that attaches at the top and spools all the way down to the bottom. You can also see that alongside Mickey and Minnie in black and white, we've got Walt, the main man, in the middle, and also new moulds for both Bambi and Dumbo, which are really cool and make a fine addition to this set. Now if we scroll back down, you'll have also seen the Hogwarts Castle and Grounds. It's a micro scaled set and it does pack a lot of detail. It is £150, which is pretty pricey, but then again it does come with 2,660 pieces. Just know that all these pieces are going to be really small. And you also get a minifigure who is, I believe, the architect that constructed or at least had the plans to build Hogwarts. And it will be most likely an exclusive figure that you can't get anywhere else. And it's just that extra incentive to buy this set. You have cool things dotted all around the temple like the willow tree and Ron's car and the carriage from one of the later movies, as well as all the underground rooms including the giant chessboard and the Chamber of Secrets. Now it's a lot of repetitive pieces around the castle for the water, and I suppose it'll be a lot of similar building for each of the towers. However, if this is something that you want to display and can't afford or don't have the space for the giant Hogwarts set, or the patience to try and piece together all of the smaller modular playsets, then this is quite a good set, and the detail is unlike anything we've seen at this scale. So maybe we'll get a few more of these for the other themes. Now, other sets that are coming out September the 1st include Peter Pan and Wendy's Flight Over London and this passenger airplane. This airplane looks really cool and comes with a bunch of different features. If you are interested in LEGO planes, this is one of the coolest ones that I've seen LEGO make to this day, so that might be worth a grab for you. However, Peter Pan and Wendy's Flight Over London, I just don't see how this small build, it's only 466 pieces, and as you can see it doesn't look that much. I don't see how they can charge £58. It does seem pretty steep, and whilst it does come with Wendy, Pan and Tinkerbell, Tinkerbell is in other sets. I believe she comes with the Disney Castle and a train, and I think Peter Pan comes with that same train set. So you're only looking at the exclusive Wendy, and I think they've just whacked Disney 100 on it and decided to charge that extra little bit more. So I don't see this being a very popular set. And we have two more sets that aren't coming out September 1st. We've got the Hoopty from the new Marvels movie that is coming out October the 1st. And again, 3 minifigures and 3 cats, which aren't included in the minifigures, only 420 pieces and £85. This reminds me of the Andor set that came out that only had 3 minifigures, and they charged quite a bit for it. But I think this is even on the higher end of that. And whilst we don't know the significance of this ship as the Marvels hasn't come out yet, I don't think many people will be buying this straight away. However, perhaps it will be a purchase that many make later when this set is on scale, and due to not many people picking this up or being able to, perhaps this will make it a very expensive set in the aftermarket. And the final set that's coming out soon comes out September the 7th and is this Insect Collection. This is a LEGO Ideas set that has been built based on a fan's design, and I think LEGO have took it and improved it just that extra little bit, giving each of the insects stands to stand on. Now the original design is out there if you want to go look for it, and does include 2 extra insects. However, for 1,111 pieces you can see how nice the designs look. £70. This will be a great set either to buy and display amongst your LEGO, or even to buy as a present for any insect lovers. And before we cover any of the other sets that are already out, I'd just like to point out that early access for this set does start on the 4th, so you can get it before it goes on sale to the public by this time next week. So if we take a look at a few of the sets that have just recently come out, just so I can give my opinion on them and tell you which ones I think would be the better sets to either buy someone for Christmas or to keep an eye out for in the Christmas sale. And again, having covered most of the Star Wars stuff in my own videos, I do have a review on not only the 332nd Ahsoka Clone Trooper Battle Pack, but also all of the mechs and Mando's N1 and Yoda's Starfighter. So they're all on the channel. I'll leave them all linked in the description, so go check them out. And as for the Yavin 4 Rebel base, I already had most of the minifigures to create my own mock diorama, so give that a look when you've got the time. But I will not be picking up this set. I think £150 is just too much, especially when the only thing tempting me about this set is the new Leia minifigure. So hopefully we get her in a magazine or at some point soon in another set. And as for the Spider Tank, I think Bo-Katan's minifigure they've absolutely smashed, as they have with most of the Ahsoka minifigures. But the build itself doesn't look too great, so again, hopefully we get this Bo-Katan somewhere else, or I'll have to pick her up on the aftermarket. I think this exotic pink parrot is really cool. I know they've done this set before and they've just changed up the colours. I think they've actually made this set 3 times now, but it does look really nice. And if you've bought the other 2, the blue and the red parrot, then this would look very nice displayed next to each of them. And as for the Dream sets, again, I've given my opinion on the Dream sets, and I've actually reviewed the Dream Village already, but it's a really nice theme, and I don't see these sets being around for too long. So if you like a few of the pieces or just want to pick them up because they look really cool, I'd recommend you do so sooner rather than later. 2023 was a lot of firsts for LEGO, one of which was the first LEGO Sonic sets. And I think these Sonic sets really have a lot of potential. I've seen the character design has already been made for Knuckles, so perhaps we'll get plenty more in the new year with new Sonic minifigures. But they've already released Sonic and Dr. Eggman, and at some point soon we'll see the other sets with Tails and Amy, and hopefully we see other characters like Blaze and Shadow pop up in the new year. Speaking of first, we actually have our second giant Disney castle. Now, I never thought there was anything wrong with the first one, however now they've come out with this, the colours are just that much more vibrant, and they've replaced the grey and the light tan with a sort of nougat and light blue, which just makes it look that much brighter and that much more attractive to the eye. And to go with a big Disney set, we have another big Disney set, the Sanderson Sisters Cottage, which is from Hocus Pocus. And again, it's just another great set, and this would go along very well with the Blacksmith that was an Ideas set not too long ago. So if you pick that up, this might interest you anyway. Another smaller scale set, we have the Himeji Castle, which I'm not really sure what this is based off, but it does look nice. I like the way they've used all the different pieces for the trees here. And if you're a fan of smaller models, maybe this will interest you. This Liebherr Crawler crane looks absolutely massive. And if you've seen a picture of this next to a person, you'll know just how big it is, as it's like half the height of this person here. And I'm sure they haven't got someone too tall just to make it look that much bigger, but it is nearly 3,000 pieces. And if you could whack a remote in this, that would be truly a magnificent set, and would be absolute madness for anyone willing to build it. We also have a few new Technic cars, Lamborghinis, Audis, and I believe there is another car popping up later, but it's been a bit disappointing on the DC and Marvel front, as all the DC sets seem to have Batman and the Joker and just seem to reuse minifigures that have already been out. And likewise, how many more Hulkbusters can we see before it becomes the new Luke's Landspeeder? Especially with Thanos being again in a 4+ set. I'm pretty sure he's already been in one, if not a few. But hopefully they're just clearing out a few ideas so we can get some awesome sets in the new year. With the Sonic wave, I wonder if we'll see Mario minifigures anytime soon in order to keep up with that competition, but for now we got a few more expansion sets. And I've heard that a load of these and the starter courses are retiring at both the end of the year and soon next year. So perhaps if there's any sets that you don't have already, you might want to pick them up before they get cut for good. It's never a disappointment with Lego Minecraft. This pumpkin farm looks really cool and comes with the new rafts that have just been added to the game, alongside these mangrove trees which are pretty new. And this is the car I was talking about. It's not quite a Technic model and steers more towards Lego brick building, but is a Chevrolet Corvette from 1961, and I'd love to see more of these models as they're much cleaner and sleeker than the Technic counterparts. And I like how they've used the banana piece in the bumper here to get that nice rounded edge to the car. Now I'm not sure what Gabby's dollhouse and this ship and spa are from, but they look really cool to see a dollhouse in Lego, as it sort of makes sense, and I'm surprised we haven't seen it before. But speaking of things we've seen before, the Venomized Groot is a disappointment. It costs a bit more than the last one, and to have a few black and white pieces, I feel like they could have released it in a bag and sold it separately for that extra $6.99 or however much they'd charge for it, and charge for the pieces to turn Groot into Venomized Groot, rather than trying to make it a completely new set. If you've seen my rumours and releases video, you'll know that R2-D2 is coming back again shortly after we got that giant 18+ build, so hopefully they do something similar with the Swamp R2 from Empire Strikes Back. However, I wouldn't like it being too similar to any previous model. And speaking of sets based off previous models, we have the Eldorado Fortress, which is based on the old Pirates theme, and it's great to be getting a few of these older theme sets, especially so big for £190. It definitely comes with the pieces to back up that price tag. And the Imperial Fortress is something that a lot of the older fans of Lego that grew up with the pirate themes will now be able to afford, and would display it alongside their older sets. Now, as I said, Minecraft doesn't miss. We've got an axolotl house which looks great, especially after the panda house and the fox house and the chicken coop, the pig farm, the llama village, all the other animal themed sets we've got. I could go on. And this Iron Golem fortress, whilst the Iron Golem doesn't look that accurate to the build, I do believe this was based off the Copper Golem that was up for the fan vote to be added to the game, but sadly is not going to be, as it lost to the LA. But I'm sure many people out there will be customizing this to fit as a copper golem, especially with all the copper rods that are used in this set. We also have Wolverine's Claws, which is a good build. It's just like Thanos' glove and the Iron Man gauntlet, so it's a bit disappointing we didn't get something new. However, I would like to see a few more X-Men sets in the future. Lego have been releasing a lot of cars recently, especially with the launch of their new 2K game. However, they've not interested me too much. They look really cool with all the different ways they're exploring the vehicles, like with this drone car here, and also the giant monster trucks. But something that might catch your eye a bit more is this giant Captain America's shield, which looks like it's gonna be so fragile. I mean, if this was up on the wall, you'd have to put some sort of blanket or net below it, just in case it would ever fall. And we have a few more 2K sets, but here is the Sonic set I was talking about earlier. This is Tao's Workshop, and it also comes with the Tornado Plane, and the amount of Easter eggs in here are crazy. I'll let you look for yourself and see if you spot any, but it is filled top to toe, so be sure to check that out. And another artwork piece here, we have the Amazing Spider-Man. It's a bit different. In fact, it's very different to every other Lego set they've released in the past, and I'm really interested to see how this goes down with fans and how many people get this and perhaps make other characters instead of Spider-Man. And here you can see to the left, we don't only have this awesome looking crab, but we also have the new Amy minifigure from the Sonic line. And I am really interested in any of the other minifigures we'll get later next year. And perhaps if there are any cheaper sets, this will be something that I'll get purely just to display the minifigures and take a look at a few of the awesome new pieces. One of the new sets that has really caught my eye is this Lego Creator Main Street, as it does look like a smaller modular build. And if I ever catch this on sale, I will definitely be picking this up, as it would make a fine addition to my Lego City. And the best thing about these smaller creator sort of modular sets are, whilst they're not modular, you can make them as modular as you'd like, and by buying 2 of these you can create a back to all these houses, and if you even wanted to go that extra distance and buy a 3rd one, you can create buildings and houses just as big as the Lego modular sets. And of course, I'm not telling you to buy 3 of this £125 one, but even the smaller Creator 3-in-1 beach huts or smaller homes you could buy 2 of, back them up together and put it in your Lego City. And this is the end of all the sets that have come out so far. There is one other Lego set that I would like to look at, and it is this new Brow Brick set, which, as you guessed, comes with all the bricks with the brow patterns on top as Lego studs to not only go through the alphabet, but they also have different symbols, they have the numbers, and I think this is a very interesting take on what Lego can do to help with education and help kids learn, and also teaches people that maybe can already see and have perfect vision all the different brow combinations, and can help them help their young ones or anyone that they know that need something like this. It is available in different languages, and Lego are trying to make even more than are already accessible. So I just wanted to finish this video off on a high note, and for £80 it's one of the cheaper education sets, which is nice to see. They're not charging way too much for this. Obviously it comes with all the custom printed bricks, and hopefully we see more things like this in the future. So that is all for this video. Again, do check out the Advent video. All the videos I've mentioned are going to be on the channel, as well as my reviews in the description below. And if you enjoyed this, be sure to subscribe. There is plenty more Lego content coming. Not only reviews, but custom mocks, city building. And if you have an idea and want it seen in a video, let me know down below. And drop a like if you'd like to see my future opinions on all the other sets coming out as they do. May the bricks be with you always.